The ruling by British High Court judges Friday overturned an earlier court decision in January blocking Julian Assange's extradition from Britain to the United States. In that earlier decision, Judge Vanessa Baraitser ruled there was a high risk that Assange would commit suicide if held in an American prison. US prosecutors appealed, and the British High Court has ruled in their favour.
Basically judging that the assurances they gave to the UK that Assange would not be subjected to basically isolation or solitary confinement unless he does something new to merit it, that those were sufficient to address the concerns raised by Vanessa Baraitser about Assange's likelihood to commit suicide in US jails.
US authorities accuse Assange of conspiring to gain access to US military databases containing classified documents that were later published in Wikileaks. Supporters of Assange reacted to Friday's court ruling with dismay. Assange's fiancée and mother of his child said the US assurances were inherently unreliable.
Julian represents the fundamentals of what it means to live in a free society, of what it means to have press freedom, of what it means for journalists to do their jobs without being afraid of spending the rest of their lives in prison.
Friday's ruling now leaves the decision to extradite Assange in the hands of Britain's Home Secretary Priti Patel. However, defence lawyers can appeal the ruling.
They've also talked about appealing the underlying decision that ruled this did not impinge on journalism. It's unclear whether they're going to do that next. They also could appeal to the European courts.
Recent revelations could be used by the defence in their appeal. A former Wikileaks insider turned FBI informer has said that he fabricated evidence used by the prosecution. And in September, Yahoo News published a story alleging that the CIA had plotted to kidnap or even kill Assange in 2017. Assange argues the freedom of the press is at stake. In 2010 and 2011, he oversaw the publication by Wikileaks of hundreds of thousands of diplomatic cables and military reports relating to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, which were leaked by former US soldier Chelsea Manning. Assange says the leak exposed abuses by the US military. He faces 18 US federal charges relating to allegations of hacking, theft of classified material, and the disclosure of the identities of US informants, which prosecutors say put their lives at risk.
One of the things Baraitser said in deciding that he was not protected as a journalist is that at the very same time he was soliciting these files from Chelsea Manning and offering to crack a password in doing it, he was also hacking targets in Iceland. He ultimately hacked a WikiLeaks or attempted to hack a WikiLeaks dissident. There's a lot in there that WikiLeaks doesn't like to talk about because it has nothing to do with journalism.
Human rights and press freedom groups have strongly condemned the High Court decision. Any appeals must be lodged within the next 2 weeks, but it's possible judges would reject any further hearings on the case. Henry Ridgewell for VOA News, London.